Now, leg press. Hopefully, you will have done the how far to go down video on your leg exercises before you watch this leg press video. If not, go and visit that one where you find out and do an exercise to see how far you can go down and how far you should go down when doing a leg press or leg exercise that involves your hips. Once you found that, then you'll know that how far you will need to go down when it comes to keeping your joint safe, to work in the musculature that you're trying to work, and ultimately giving you the best ability to have longevity within this exercise game because you don't get injured. So with the leg press, there are so many different variations that you can do when it comes to biasing different muscles. The further you go down on the pad, the more likely chances that you're going to work a lot more of your quadriceps, so the front of your legs. The further you go up and wider, the more likely chance that you're going to be utilizing some more of your hip dominant movements, such as your glutes. So when you're looking at your foot position, it really does matter. So if your goal, like if you're a female and wanting to grow your butt, then I would definitely probably utilize the same foot position that I'm using, because that was what I was trying to focus on. Or if you're trying to use your work more of your quads, then you can pull a bit lower. So the way that you're going to set up for this is effectively you have firstly your foot position. You have the lock off, so you push up and go out. When I find my foot position. There you go. First thing I do when locking off, grab the handles. Make sure that you're holding onto those handles as tight as possible. Very similar to the leg extension. The more you can pull in this direction so your butt is against the seat, you shouldn't be just holding on for fun. You should be actually pulling yourself down into the seat to make yourself more stable. The more stable you make yourself, the more your muscles work, the more you have the ability to work muscles instead of working joints or letting the load transfer to your lower back or neck. So pull on those as hard as you can. And obviously use a tempo that is very, very smooth. Go to the position of where you stop. So if you'll watch that video that I spoke about prior, you'll see that is the position that I stop at, because that's as far as I can go within my flexibility. And then I come back up. And I stop just before straight. Now, some of you may be able to go to the straight leg position. I find that for most people, it is better just to stay with a slight bend and keep the muscles slightly tension in them, and it gives you less of a chance to rest at the top. We don't want any resting when you're doing your movements. It's quite a continuous move, and you're going through that position. Now, one thing that a lot of people miss when it comes to leg press is that where their focus is on their foot. It's not good enough if you want to get real good results from building muscle or building shape. Is it just turning up and moving the leg press up and down? You want to make sure that your weight is in the heel of your foot. Make sure that you are focusing on your heel being down and your weight all the way there. If your weight is anywhere else but your heel, you will be focusing in the wrong place, and that will result in some wrong ways to do it. Now, so it is very hard as you go through the exercise to keep your focus on your heels, because it will be requiring more musculature to work, and it will be very hard. So it may get intense for you very, very quickly. As you see, my legs are now starting to work, and the reps are slowing even out of the bottom because I'm working very, very hard, but the tempo is still there, and I'm working hard and off. But all through that exercise, you did not see the heels come off once. The focus of that exercise is to keep the heels in place as you go through the exercise. So that is the leg press. It might be also worth saying, make sure that your knees do not come together. You want to keep them in the same path as the legs and your hips, and always make sure that you're slowing on the way down so you can control it into the position of your flexibility and then pressing straight out. Hopefully that will help with that when it comes to the leg press.